Tag Heuer is in the midst of a repositioning strategy as it looks to become first of mind in the luxury watch business. Now, it found success with the first luxury smartwatch back in 2015, and it has been gaining ground with millennials. Paige Ellis caught up with Tag Heuer's North American president, Benjamin Beaufils, at the first Canadian flagship store to look at why the watchmaker is beefing up its Canadian presence.
You know, Canada has been a very interesting market for us for a very long time. We've been in Canada for nearly 35 years. We started our operation back in 1985. So it's also, a good way for us to celebrate that nearly 35-year anniversary of being here in Canada and getting really closer to our Canadian consumer. So that's why we're very excited to be here in Toronto today.
But why specifically Toronto? Do you see a lot of opportunity to generate sales in this market?
Yeah, Toronto is a very important market for us. It's about 30% of our market share here in Canada. So it's clearly something that we wanted to deep dive into that and getting once again closer to the Canadian consumer, especially here in Toronto, where there's very affluent consumer for us. A lot of tourists coming to Toronto also, and Yorkdale is a prime location for luxury experience also. So we did feel that all those elements were really getting together to make sure it was the right location for us to open our first flagship here in Toronto.
My understanding is that Tag Heuer is the highest revenue generator in the LVMH watch portfolio. Why do you think that is?
Tag Heuer has been, for 160 years. We're going to be celebrating a 160 years anniversary next year in 2020. So this is a very important milestone, obviously, for us. So we've been there for a very long time. We had, some amazing success stories, and so I do believe that the clients, the final consumer, is really appreciative of what Tag Heuer has been offering for such a long time, and we need to thank, the customer for that, to being very loyal to the brand.
Mm-hmm. The head of LVMH has described this brand as a, quote, entry to luxury. Can you expand on that? What do you mean by that? Why are you positioning yourself that way?
I think, when you look at the history of Tag Heuer, we are really trying to create that first connection to the watch. And that's the entry price point where you can really start to be familiarize yourself with the watch, what it's all about, making sure when we invite our client, we can really tell them all about the watch industry, what's really behind the scene. And that's really where we want to position ourselves to get those consumers, at the end of the day, getting much more into the watch industry, into the market, and take them onto a journey, hopefully with us for a very, very long time.
And then graduate to a different brand?
No, I think the brand has a lot of elasticity. We start at a price point of around $1,000, but we have beautiful pieces like we just launched a few weeks ago, basically a year or two, which is an in-house movement tourbillon at a $25,000 price point. So I think we have a lot of elasticity in our brand, and it makes a lot of success to really make sure we can take our clients from the very beginning and really into a very long journey with us for the next few years.
Another way that you've tried to attract new customers is by going connected. And in fact, when you launched your connected watch, which I believe was in 2015, am I correct?
Correct, yes.
It was actually considered the first luxury brand to enter the connected, wearable watch space. How's demand for your connected products?
The demand has been extremely high, and if you can see right now in the boutique, we don't have it, we don't carry it. We've been sold out, which is a great problem to have. And yes, like you said, we've been already the first luxury brand to go into the connected environment also. So that was very exciting for us. It was really an important milestone for the company to be that pioneer into that department. And we are exciting because we launched it in 2015, and more to come maybe in 2020. So stay tuned, and hopefully we can share more news with you in the next future.
More in 2020. Okay, because I was just about to ask, how are you going to evolve your connected strategy? People are demanding more of their wearable technologies.
Absolutely. It's a very dynamic market. You have some players that were not in the watch business 10 years ago. They're very strong players right now. But once again, I think we want to position ourselves into a different game, different portfolio, where we can really see also that we have something really to offer, being a pure watch player, but also with the connected devices. So that's really something that we do believe that our clients would be very much enthusiastic about it.
I read a figure, this is courtesy of, again, the leader of LVMH. 70% of people who bought the connected watch had actually never bought a Tag Heuer product before. It's a pretty remarkable figure. Do you worry at all that by entering the connected space, more wholeheartedly, or attracting a very young generation of shoppers could potentially alienate your base?
No, absolutely not. I think both can really work in parallel, where you can really work with the new consumer very much interested in buying a connected device, and at the same time people are really going into the mechanical watches, which at the end of the day you want to educate the people into what's the mechanical watch. But if you start with a connected device, it's also a good way for us to start the storytelling with Tag Heuer, and little by little introduce them to medical watches. So we do believe that both can really work in parallel, and it's a good way also for us to recruit into maybe a younger generation. We do believe that right now, obviously, the millennials are very much interested in everything which is connected. So having that proposition of having a connected watch for us, it's really a fantastic opportunity to be able also to offer something to the younger generation.